Everyone in this arena has a money stake in one of our famous couples. Rooting section number 1 has its money on Bill Cullen, host of 3 on a Match, and his wife, Ann. Rooting section number 2 backs composer-singer Chuck Woolery and movie actress Joanne Flug. And rooting section number 3 is betting on Alan Ludden, host of Password, and Betty White of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, as we play the game of celebrity gossip, Tattletales. And here's the star of Tattletales, Bert Convy.
You come here often? Live in the neighborhood, do you, huh? Thank you. Welcome to Tattletales. It's nice to have you with us today. We have a terrific studio audience and 3 wonderful celebrity couples. As you know, our audience is divided into 3 sections, each one rooting for one of these couples. And every time one of our stars wins some money, it is divided among their rooting section. So let's start things off. Fellas, have a seat with me. Ladies, if you will, step to the rear. And we'll be back to start Tattletales in just a moment. Okay, we're back, ready to go. The fellas are sitting out here with me, and they are.
Yes.
Mr. It says on here, Alan Ludden and his wife, Betty White. In the It's nice to have you with us on Tattletales. Thank you for coming.
Nice
Next to you is Chuck Woolery and Joanne Flug, his wife.
That's my section.
Wow,
He's got the loudest group.
All I can say to you two is good luck.
Thank you. We won't need it.
Because if you don't have it. And next to you is Bill Cullen and his wife, Ann. Thank you for coming, Bill.
Got a little rivalry going on.
Well, I think we have a little rivalry is right out here today. Okay, ladies, we're going to cut you off. We'll get back to you in just a moment. Don't go away now.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Gentlemen.
Yes.
Oh, no, they're with you, Alan. Aren't you, gang? You're with him.
yeah.
Okay. We're going to ask you some questions now about your wives and your lives together. When you have an answer you think your wife will recognize, press that button in front of you. Be quick, because I'm only going to take one response. So you got to be first. Here we go. First question. A story connected with an animal. Chuck.
He's going to get killed.
Who disguises Chuck
He
Woolery?
beat me.
He did beat you, sir.
You know what slowed me up was there's so many.
Yeah.
You're right.
I should have said excluding your husband.
Yes.
A story connected with an animal is what we're after, Chuck.
Not too long ago, a few months ago, we got a new addition to our family by the name of Molly. And Molly is a Great Dane.
Oh.
It weighs about 185 pounds. And Molly has a habit of sleeping with us all the time. When we don't want her to, she'll climb into bed with us. So one morning, Joanne was being pushed out of bed, and she thought it was by me, only to find out after she pulled the covers back that it was the Great Dane pushing her out of bed. And so we got rid of Molly. She's not with us anymore. She decided we were going to sleep together. The dog wasn't going to be with us. And it's more fun, I have to admit.
Yeah, I was going to say, given a choice, I think that you made the right decision.
Yeah. She's not a dog.
What we need now is a one. Here, students, please.
Yes,
don't
okay.
mind. What we need is a one-word clue worth $100 or a 2-word clue worth $50 to your rooting section.
Dane. Dane.
Is that okay?
Dane.
Dane.
Hello?
All right.
She'll think of some guy with blonde hair. Eric.
All right, let's bring on the ladies. Shh. Ladies, we have asked the gentleman a question and we have received a clue. When you recognize...
A long answer.
Yes, we're having a good time out here. When you recognize your husband from the clue and can match his story, sound that signal in front of you, all right?
Okay, I'm
here
still
we go.
stuck on June.
Here is the question first. The question is, a story connected with an animal. And the clue is Dane. All right, tell us about that, Joanne.
Oh, there was this big woman that moved in for us.
Wait a minute.
Her name was Molly, and she was supposedly 6 months old, and I think she was 3 years old. She was so big. And she had a way of sneaking into bed at night with you. And one morning I woke up and
That's very sad. That's the story for $100. But we heard the story from Chuck very nice, except
okay, Bert, I know.
Didn't.
Cut it, we're running short.
No, it's not that. I think we should clear up one thing, though. You never mentioned it was a dog. You did mean
I was just going to say that, see?
That's the story. No, that's an absolute match. Thank you, ladies. We'll get back to you in a minute.
Way to go, sweetie.
We said animal, and we all knew that the Dane meant that, didn't we? All right. Fellas, ready to go? Here's the next question. Same question. A story connected with an animal.
Now, I gotta tell you, gang, I could tell you 15 stories connected with an animal about this wife I'm married to, this lady I'm married to. But I'll pick the one. At one point in our lives, we lived in Westchester. And we used to go riding over to Sleepy Hollow Country Club. And driving back, we would go by the Rockefeller farm, and there were black Angus cattle. And Betty, the second time we drove by, said, and I thought she was kidding, she said, "You never let me talk to these cattle." So the third time we were by, she said, "You still never let me talk to these cattle." Finally, I stopped the car, and she walked up to the fence, and I promise you, there were no black Angus cattle at that fence. But she started talking to one about 50 feet away. In about 10 minutes, she had 200 black Angus cattle lined up at that fence, and she was talking to all of them. I promise it's a true story. Now, what am I going to use as a clue?
Gossiping over the back fence with the ladies, huh?
All right.
We need
Now,
one or
if
two.
he can use Dane, I can use Angus, right?
Can he use Angus? Angus cattle.
How about bull session?
Yes, the answer is yes, you may.
All right.
Bill had a great line. How about bull session?
What was that, Bill?
I think a good clue is bull session. I know the story you tell.
It's 2 words, if you'll forgive the expression. All right.
It's 2
We'll
words.
go with Angus, and if she doesn't get it, it's the end.
She's going to be feverishly thinking of somebody named Angus back there. Okay, let's bring on the ladies. Ladies, we have asked another question. It is, in fact, the same question. A story connected with an animal. We have a clue. It is this. Angus. A story connected with an animal. Betty. All right, Betty, tell us that story.
Well, I'm an animal freak, as you know, about anything. And before Alan realized that, when we first were starting to walk out together...
Walk out
together. We were driving one day, and I happened to mention that I had never petted a cow, and I loved cows. We passed this field of Angus bulls, and I didn't know the difference, you see, between a bull and a cow.
The heck she did.
So I went over to the fence, and I just kind of, I guess I called them, and pretty soon, because they knew that I guess the vibrations were right, they began to gather. Pretty soon I had a whole bunch of Angus.
That's what the man said for $100.
I knew she was a little weird from then on.
I talked to the cows.
Yeah.
Okay, Ann and Bill have yet to score. Joanne and Chuck have $100, as do Betty and Alan have $100. Have a tie game at this point. All right, now, ladies, we're gonna play a tattletale quickie now.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick it up here and read it to you. I'm going to ask you this question, ladies. Don't give me the answer until we ask for it. Each correct answer is worth $100. Here's the question. Ladies, back in the 40s, college kids swallowed live goldfish. The latest fad is streaking.
Hello?
Yeah.
If you were being initiated into a sorority, which would you rather do?
Oh, no.
Swallow a goldfish or streak? That is the question. If you were being initiated into a sorority, which would you rather do? Swallow a goldfish or streak? We'll be back to you in a moment, ladies. Okay. Yes. Now we'll find out, won't we? Ellen, how about Betty? Which would she rather do if she were being initiated?
Well, she's an animal freak. She says that. So swallowing a goldfish would mean killing a live animal, right? Mm-hmm. But she's also relatively modest. But I think she'd rather
Careful when
streak.
your mother's around. That's what
Streak.
He says streak. Let's see.
I don't know what she's going to say.
Well, we'll find out right now. Hold on a second. Let's bring on Betty. Betty,
Yes. No.
you look a little perplexed there.
I am.
All right, now which one of those would you prefer to do if you were being initiated?
There's just no way out of this one. I tell you, you're not going to be able to bear this answer. I'd streak.
That's what he said. absolutely $100 for the bare facts there. We got it, didn't we? Thank you, Betty. All right, Chuck, how about Joanne?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, she's definitely got the anatomy to streak, but I think she'd swallow a goldfish because she's really, yeah, I think she would. You don't think so? You're wrong.
He lives with her.
She would swallow a goldfish, excuse me.
You say she would
Swallow a goldfish.
Okay, let's bring on Joanne. All right, Joanne.
You make me sick.
You know the question. Which one would you do?
I don't want to do either.
Well, but you have to make for the sake of this question.
I'll swallow a goldfish.
She's very modest, I knew that.
He did say you had the equipment for streaking, and nobody argued with him, however. Thank you, Joanne. Okay, Bill, how about Ann?
Well, I met with a problem. I'm a Bert. My wife has an anatomy to streak, and she's a big eater. I have a picture of her in my mind, streaking down the street, swallowing goldfish.
Oh, wait till we all get the same picture. Oh, yeah.
Right. You got it? Now, given the choice, I know exactly what she'd do. As much as it would make her sad, she would swallow the goldfish.
Really? All right.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's see if you've got it on the button here. Let's bring on Ann.
Yes.
Okay, dear. Which one of those would you do?
Streak.
Boy, she didn't hesitate a moment either.
Bang. Animals are...
Yes.
That's not what Bill said, though.
Swallow a
Obviously,
streaking goldfish.
Right.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't agree with you.
That's the first time
But they
all week the
pull them
Cullens have
back
been
up
wrong.
She won't even streak for me at night. Every night I say to her, before we go to bed, I say, get sexy, and she swallows a goldfish.
Bill, there's a message there.
I don't know, Bill. Whatever turns you on, Bill. Yeah, there she is, right there.
Well, there's going to be trouble in Reno tomorrow.
Yes.
At this point, Ann and Bill have yet to score.
Yeah, that's true, too. That's another thing to bring up.
And Betty is scoring $200. That's halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Let's change places. Fellas to the rear. Ladies, come on out here. While we're switching places, we'll break away for this message, but we'll be right back. Don't go away. All right, we've changed places, but let me remind you, of course, our studio audience is sharing the winnings of our celebrity couples, but let me tell you this. If you're in the rooting section that is backing our winningest couple at the end of today's show, we will add as a bonus $1,000. You all look absolutely lovely.
So do you.
Thank you. Let's see if your husbands look lovely on television. Are they there? Oh, you all look sterling on the screen, I must say.
Sterling?
Sterling? Yeah, Sterling who?
I don't know.
Sterling Holloway, Bob Sterling, and Sterling...
All right, gang, we'll get back to you in just a minute, fellas. Enjoy the music on those earphones. Ladies, I am now going to ask you questions about your husbands and your lives together. When you have an answer you think he'll recognize, press that little red button in front of you and be fast, because I'm only going to take one answer. Not now, not now. Keep your hands to your sides. Here we go. Here's the first question. It happened in the moonlight.
In the moonlight?
That's the question. It happened in the
I'll
moonlight.
make up something.
Joanne. You're on, Joanne. It's
I'm
you.
on?
Yes.
Do-da. Okay, I'll tell you what happened. We were on our honeymoon
Yes.
in the Florida Keys
Yes.
with all of my friends
Yes.
on a boat.
Oh.
And he ended up having to serenade them with his guitar. Well, it was fun. I'm trying to win for you. At least you could do was cheer me on. And the moonlight was above.
And the moonlight was above, yes.
Well, it was New Year's Eve.
It was New Year's.
I'm just trying not to make you ashamed over there.
We'll keep adding to it. It was the honeymoon, New Year's Eve, the moonlight above.
But I mean, picture, would you like to spend your honeymoon with all your wives' ex-friends?
All your wives? No,
I mean,
not at all. All my wives' ex-friends? It depends on what you mean by friends, yes. All right, what we need now from you, Joanne, is a one or two word clue that Chuck's going to have a glimmer of what you're talking about.
Oh, fiddly dee.
No, that's 2 words.
What's the question?
The question was, it happened in the moonlight, and fiddly dee is not a clue. I don't think you'll get that.
Oh, my goodness.
It happened in the moonlight.
Happened in the moonlight. I'm going to have to go with 2 words.
Okay, so.
I'm sorry. sorry. It has to be Key West.
What's that?
It has to be Key West.
Well, no, you can't use Key West. It's a place.
Oh, it's a place?
Yes, it is.
So it'll have to be boat.
Boat?
Oh. Yeah, okay, we'll try boat. Yeah.
She's going to try boat, a one-word
We'll try
clue. Everybody be quiet.
It's not a funny story, but it's true.
Here we go. Let's bring on the fellas.
Yes.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
we have a question from the ladies here. We have a clue from them as well. Here is the question first. It happened in the moonlight. The clue is boat. All right, Chuck, tell us about that if you will, sir.
Yeah, on our honeymoon, as a matter of fact, in the Florida Keys, we spent not only our honeymoon, but New Year's Eve with her friends aboard a cruiser in the moonlight. It was terrific. It really was. I have to.
That's exactly what you said. That's what Okay.
They didn't laugh
It was a
when I
little
did it.
crowded there for a while.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
We heard about that. Thanks, fellas. We'll be back to you in just a moment. All right, ladies, you ready? Here comes the next question.
Okay.
A story about bedtime. Betty. You are up, Betty. Let's hear that story.
I think that was more a reflex action than anything else. Well, I tell you, once in a while I have my hair done. Not necessarily today, but once in a while. And on the night that I have my hair done, I don't want him to see me with this bonnet that I wear, but I wait till we turn out the light, and then I just, in one motion, I turn the light out, and I roll over and put my head on his shoulder. We always start that way, to go to sleep. In one motion, as I turn the light out, I slip this bonnet on, and I'm over, and he never can figure out how I get it on from the time I turn the light out here till I get on his shoulder.
Okay, so now we need a clue for that.
You had to be there. Or were you? Bonnet. Bonnet.
Okay. Let's bring on the fellas, shall we? Gentlemen, we have another question and another clue. Here is the question first. A story about bedtime. And the clue is bonnet. Alan, you're up, sir. Tell us that story, Alan.
I gotta tell you, Betty has many talents, but among them is being a great master of sleight of hand. When she goes to the beauty parlor, the day she goes to the beauty parlor, she doesn't want to get her hair messed up while she sleeps. On the other hand, she doesn't want me to see her in that thing she puts on while she sleeps to cover up her hair. And I promise you, I have never seen it, because in the time that it takes her to reach over and turn on that light beside her, she can put that hat on and be back in my arms, and I don't know till I feel it.
That's
She's got
what
it
you
on.
said. Okay. Thank you, Alan. All right. At this point, Ann and Bill still have zero. Joanne and Chuck and Betty and Alan are tied with $300 apiece. Okay. We have a close game here. We'll be back with more Tattletales in just a moment after this message for you. Okay, we're back. We're going to play a Tattletale Quickie now, and we have a tie game. So this is a good question, fellas.
Okay.
Pay attention. I'm going to ask you the question. Give me the answer, but not until I ask for it. Each correct answer is worth $100. Here we go. Men, suppose there's a mirror in the room. Which of you is more apt to steal a look at yourself, you or your wife? Suppose there's a mirror in the room. Which of you is more apt to steal a look at yourself, you or your wife? Think that over, fellas. Very revealing. We'll be back to you in just a moment. Okay.
He does. Is he gone?
Yes,
Are
he's
we
gone.
alone?
He's definitely
I thought
gone.
he'd never leave. No contest. Alan cannot resist a mirror. Even if the water gets a little still, he just has to. Alan would look
You
in
will
the
say
mirror.
he will be the one.
He will be the first.
Who cannot resist
And the last.
stealing a look at himself in the mirror first.
And in the middle.
Okay. Let's bring on Alan. Okay, Alan. You know the question, sir. Which of you is more apt to steal a look at yourself in that mirror?
Well, I'm very insecure. I am.
That's what you said, $100. Thank you, Alan. Okay, Joanne, how about Chuck? Which one of you would go
Well, this is
first?
going to be very difficult because on Monday he called me vain and he was very upset about it. And now I know I look in the mirror much more than he does.
Yes, so
I know I do. So I'll say I do.
You say you do. Okay. Let's bring on Chuck.
Now he's going to try and
Chuck.
I just got choked by Mark Goodson.
Chuck, which one of those that applies to you? Which one of you do you think goes to the mirror?
Yeah, Joanne.
That's what he said. Thank you, Chuck. Okay, Ann, between you and Bill, which one is more apt to steal a look at that mirror?
Stealing a look, I'd say Bill. I mean, I use the mirror more because it takes longer to put on a face. But stealing a look, I'd say Bill. But I think he's going to say me, so I've got to say me.
So you say you?
Yeah.
I think I followed that.
Yes.
You say you.
I don't know why you couldn't.
Okay, just bring on Bill.
Yeah, hi there.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah, I've done great so far.
Yes. Got a perfect record, Bill.
Yeah.
Which of you is more apt to steal that look at the mirror?
Is it before or after she swallowed a goldfish?
It doesn't say that on my card. So.
I cannot tell a lie. I want to be sure I'm still there. It's me who would steal a look.
Nevertheless, sir, that's not what you said. So you still have it. That means our time is up. We have a tie game. Betty and Alan, Joanne and Chuck are the winners. Betty and Alan, Joanne and Chuck, you each won $400. We split $1,000 between you for a total of $1,900 between you. Okay, we'll be back with more Tattle Tales in just a moment. Thank you.
This is Jack Clark speaking for Tattle Tales, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.